Okay, good afternoon YouTube. Phatkat Collections coming at you today with another watch show and tell. Today this isn't really going to be about just the Invicta watches. What I wanted to do is do another size comparison video so you can get an idea of the size of a couple of the Invicta watches. One of their kind of smaller size watches, a very popular watch, the Grand Diver, and the largest of the Invicta watches that they make. And this is the biggest. There is no bigger Invicta watch as far as overall weight, diameter, and case thickness. That's the Sea Hunter 3. Okay, and you see my other videos on that one there. Again, I'm going to be comparing those two size-wise on one of my favorite watches. This is what really started a lot of watch collecting for me. Even though I had been collecting watches before this, this kind of started the fire for watches. And this one here is really beat up. This is a replica Jacob & Company watch. And this thing here I have had for over 15 years. And you can see that it's missing a crown. It's missing a pusher. It's beat up. But you know what? I've had it forever. The plating's coming off. This was my favorite watch for the longest time, and it's still one for the collection. Although I don't wear it any longer, it doesn't work at all. So, but I want to show you that one, and then I also want to show you that one compared to a replica Breitling Super Avenger. Now this, when I first started to get involved in these large, oversized watches, this was not my style. I was more into the more flashier stuff like this with the ice, you know what I mean? With the fake ice, I should say. More the hip-hop style watches. Now I'm really into the dive watches and these big, chunky stainless steel watches. Again, mostly Invicta watches, but I love the gold too. But and I still like, you know, stones, although they don't make many with stones. So I just wanted to compare it to this one because this one was also a gift that I got from one of my buddies. And when I first got it, it was definitely something I never would have bought myself. But he was like, "Hey, happy birthday," and got me this. And I have to say I'm glad he did because it kind of changed my opinion a little bit about what I may or may not like. And maybe that is what eventually caused me to pick up, you know, the Invicta Venom watch because I started to get used to liking a big stainless steel watch. It was a little different, different styling than I was used to. So I just wanted to compare this because although this may be a inexpensive replica watch, I put up a video on this one and some folks, oh, you can tell this, you can tell that. Folks, you can't tell anything from a YouTube video. I mean, unless, and my videos are not super high resolution where I'm showing you really up close detail. I mean, some people are like, you could tell by the crystal. You can't tell shit by the crystal. So anyway, I'm just being honest with you. This is not the real deal. This is a replica. But as far as looking like the real deal, I would find it very, very amazing if most folks would be able to tell the difference, to be honest with you. The untrained eye. And so now I'm sure I'm going to get many comments saying I don't know what I'm talking about. But I can guarantee you that most of the people who make those negative comments don't have a Rolex or a Breitling, don't own an Invicta watch, probably don't own any watches, and are probably pretty boring people, and that's why you hate on watches that give you so much for your money. Or maybe you're just a hateful person, I don't know, but you make me laugh and I just delete your comments. So you're only wasting your own time. But nonetheless, let's get on with the video. For the size comparison only, we're not talking quality here, okay? So, again, this one here first started off, started off my real passion. Jacob & Company, 5-time owned, replica watch, just beat the hell. But, I mean, worked for a really long time. Now these, when you get a replica watch, I will touch base on this. As far as the quality, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but as far as the quality of replica watches, you are paying, when you buy these, for a replicated, you know, watch. So you're really paying a premium for a very, very cheap watch. Now they do make replica watches I've seen online upwards of $500 where they're using better movements, but I would never spend that kind of money on a replica watch because, you know, when it breaks, you're kind of, you know, you're kind of out of luck unless you're going to go to a jeweler and maybe find parts for it. I just don't think it's worth it. I think if you really want the quality and you want, you know, the real deal, buy the real watch, you know. I mean, but, you know, maybe you want that look and you can't afford it. I understand that. To each their own, you buy what you want to buy. But just for size comparison today, 47 millimeter on the case, okay, on diameter, versus the Breitling. Now these are very, very close. Let me measure the Breitling here. Again, it's a different design because you'll notice that the Jacob replica is extremely round all the way to the edge. So you're getting a yeah, I don't even have to measure. I know it's a 47 millimeter. Now the Breitling, if we just measure the bezel, which isn't really fair because on this you do have a large pushers and crown protector, you know, and that does add meat to the watch. So let's see what this one measures here. And this is accurate compared to the real deal. If you go all the way to the crown on this one here, which they don't traditionally measure them like that, you're looking at about 54 millimeters. If you go straight to the bezel, bezel to bezel, you're looking about 48 millimeters. So it is slightly larger. Now, when I got this watch, I was amazed because when I wore it for the first time, I remember wearing it and just being like, wow, this thing is so heavy. And it was heavy. I guess, you know, I've been desensitized. So there you go. There's a size comparison between a Jacob and a Breitling. And now let me go ahead and throw up your smaller Grand Diver, okay? And that's a smaller one. So it's amazing, you know, how large this looks by itself. Then you go comparing it to a Grand Diver, which is 47 millimeters. They are the same size watch. But to me, the Grand Diver just looks bigger. It's probably due to that thicker bezel. You have more metal there. And for $100, I mean, you can't go, I mean, $100 Seiko automatic movement, you really can't go wrong with the Grand Diver. I mean, these watches, if you were to Google these, you have to get them from China, but if you were to Google these, I mean, you're looking at probably like $200 for this watch, $109, and this is a very cheap watch. You're only paying for the fact that it's stamped with a name. You're just wearing it because you want to tell people it's the real deal. There you go. Now let's compare the Grand Diver to the Breitling Super Avenger replica. You'll see that the Super Avenger is slightly larger. Take a look at the band. A little bit thicker. And let me go ahead. I'm not going to throw. Well, let me throw the Breitling on the wrist here so you get an idea what that size looks like of a Super Avenger. Again, not a small watch by any means. Probably a watch that more people would like to wear if you're looking for an oversized watch as compared to some of the ones that I wear, like the next one I'm going to show you, the Sea Hunter 3. If you've watched my videos, you know all about that watch. And let me just show you what the Jacob looks like. See if we can get it on the wrist without falling apart. But remember, when these came out, you know, this was the biggest you can get. When people saw watches that big, they were like, holy moly. I mean, still, when you start looking at a 47 millimeter watch, that's still not a small watch. And you know, if you take away the fact that this is a really cheap watch, it still looks really nice, in my opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the Jacob down and throw on the Grand Diver by Invicta. I mean, again, this is all opinion, but I mean, I personally like the Grand Diver over that. But then again, it's very subjective, and I'm very particular to two-tone gold watches. I don't even wear this Breitling anymore. It's just not for me. But it's one for the collection, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and compare it to. I'm not going to throw this on the wrist because you've seen so many videos. The Sea Hunter 3. This is the biggest one Invicta makes. There it is compared to the Super Avenger replica. And all three. So there you have it, folks. You be the judge. Remember, you buy what you like. If you are in the market for any of these watches, you can go and help and support the channel for more videos. You can go to PHATKATWatch.com. And whether Breitling or, I mean, not the replica Breitling, but I'm saying whether Breitling or Jacob & Company is your preference, or Invicta, you can find all these watches through eBay. Make sure you go ahead and check my website, PHATKATWatch.com, where you'll find real-time listings and links to the product where you can actually get the best deals. You can find replica or authentic Breitlings and Jacob & Company watches on eBay. So if you do like those, look for the links on my website. I'll go ahead and put a other section. If you don't find those uploaded quite yet, you can go ahead and just click any of the links and go ahead and put in the search term. Definitely check out the link on there. That's for the Black Friday deals. You're going to find some deals in that. You might find stuff you like. I'm not sure. That kind of changes daily. But just remember, always wear what you like. Always buy what you like. And I guess be compassionate of other people who, don't share your same opinions, The nice thing about the watch game is that there's something for everyone out there. Whether you want to wear a little tiny watch, a little Timex watch, a Swatch watch, or you want to wear something that's just a statement piece, So once again, folks, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel. Again, check out PHATKATWatches.com. And as always, have a wonderful day.